Hey, what's up guys? Chris here with Garage Gym Warrior, and this is your workout of the day. Now before we get started into today's workout, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of these daily workouts. All right guys, let's get into today's workout today. It's a pretty simple workout and it's a quick workout. We're gonna end up doing 4 rounds, and it's gonna start off with 30 seconds of dumbbell shoulder press. After that, we're gonna go into 30 seconds of dumbbell alternating lunges, and then we're gonna do 30 seconds of up downs. After that, you're gonna go ahead and rest for 1 minute. That completes 1 round of this workout, and like I said, we're gonna do a total of 4 rounds today. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go over all the different movements so you know proper form and technique, and then I'm gonna cue up the actual follow along workout video. So feel free to stay on here and watch me go through all the movements, or if you wanna go ahead and skip ahead, click the link down in the description and click and go ahead and just skip ahead to the follow along workout. All right guys, let's start off here. It starts off with 30 seconds of dumbbell shoulder press. So I'm gonna head back here and I'm gonna grab 2 dumbbells. Now there's a couple different ways you can go ahead and do this. Now we're doing 30 seconds of dumbbell shoulder press, so it's quite a long time to be doing a strict movement. So if you wanna go heavier or lighter, depending on which you choose, we're gonna do 2 different movements here. If you're gonna go a little bit lighter on this, we can just do a strict shoulder press. If you wanna go heavier on this movement, we can go ahead and do what's called push press, and we'll utilize the lower part of our body to get those dumbbells up overhead. First off, I will demonstrate the strict shoulder press. So first off, you want to make sure you're in a nice squat stance here, nice foundation. So you have your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Toes are going to be pointed out slightly. You're going to have a slight bend in those knees and a slight hinge in your hips, chest up, shoulders back. I'm going to bring these dumbbells up into this front rack position. So we're in that nice squat stance. Head and neck are in neutral spine, and palms are facing each other, and then just turn the dumbbells out just slightly. So I'm not straight on with these. I am rotating them out just slightly, but I'm not at a full 90 degrees. So I'm going to step back here, get those dumbbells in position here, and this is just the strict dumbbell press. So make sure you have a good stance there. Press them up all the way overhead, full extension, pause, and then slowly in control bring them back down to shoulder level. Press them up all the way down. So you're going to go ahead and do 30 seconds of the strict dumbbell shoulder press, nice, slow, and controlled. Make sure though, if you are doing strict shoulder press, you are choosing a weight that you're able to do 30 seconds of these strict shoulder press. Now, if you choose to go a little bit heavier on these, you can do what's called push press. And the push press is going to use your lower body in a kind of a mid squat to go ahead and generate a little bit of momentum and speed and power to get those heavier dumbbells up overhead. So in this position, what we want to do is still want to get in that nice squat stance. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart. Toes are pointed out slightly. What's going to happen is you're going to hinge at the hips and you're going to go into like a little bit of a mini squat here. So knees are tracking out over those toes. Make sure they're not caving in. Chest up, shoulders back the entire time. Once you're in this little mini squat, what's going to happen is you're going to explode, bring those knees back, open up those hips. And with that power, with that momentum, you're starting to generate the upward motion of those dumbbells because they're right here in that front rack position. So once you start that, now you have a little bit of assistance to then go ahead and press those dumbbells all the way up overhead. Once you get them up to full extension, then you're going to start to lower them back down and immediately go right back into that little mini squat there. But you want to make sure that as you bring them down, it's a nice fluid motion back into that squat. We don't want to bring them down to our shoulders and then go into that squat because it's really going to tax your shoulders and you're not going to be able to do this movement for the full 30 seconds. So it's nice fluid motion into that little mini squat, and you'll be able to do a little bit heavier weight on these. So I'm going to bring these up into this front rack position. Nice squat stance here, knees are tracking out over those toes. I'm going to go into that little mini squat, and then from here, I'm going to explode, opening up those hips, press them up overhead, and then back down, press. You notice as I'm bringing those dumbbells down, I'm immediately going back into that little mini squat. So you can do 30 seconds of these dumbbell shoulder press. Once again, make sure you are choosing a weight that you're able to do a full 30 seconds. 30 seconds is a long time. So you want to make sure, and also on those push presses, the turnover rate is much quicker on those because there's no slow and controlled pausing like you would get on that strict movement. So just choose your weights wisely on those. All right guys, once you've done 30 seconds of those shoulder press, you have about 10 seconds to kind of transition into the next movement, which is going to be 30 seconds of dumbbell forward lunges. So I'm going to use these same dumbbells that I have right here. Once again, choose a weight that you could do 30 seconds. So you're gonna have your dumbbells hanging down by your sides, palms facing each other. Chest up, shoulders back. You're gonna lunge forward with your right leg till your back knee just barely touches the ground. Nice 90-degree here on this front leg. Then you're gonna stand all the way upright, fully upright, roll those shoulders back, and then you're gonna lunge out with the left leg. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab these dumbbells, palms are facing each other, lunge forward with the right leg, and then come all the way up, full extension, stand fully upright, then the left leg, and you're gonna alternate for 30 seconds of these dumbbell lunges. Now, a couple things I want to talk about on these lunges. First off, make sure you are not short stepping it. What I mean by that is make sure you are stepping far enough out in the lunge. If you don't and you short step it, what happens is when you go forward and you go into that lunge, this knee is going to go out over the top of that toe and your heel is going to come off the ground. That really puts a lot of pressure on your knee and your ankle, and you just want to make sure that you're stepping far enough out that when you go into this lunge, you have a nice 90-degree here on this leg and also the back leg as well. Also, when you're moving forward with the momentum with those dumbbells in your hand, they're going to want to start to swing and pull you forward. What you don't want to happen is you're leaning over the front of your leg with these dumbbells. You want to make sure you engage those lats, roll those shoulders back, chest up, head and neck in neutral spine. So you're upwards the entire time. So you're lunging out, then you stand up, and really be conscious of kind of rolling those shoulders back, keeping that chest up the entire time so you're not falling forward into that lunge. Now, once you've done 30 seconds of those lunges, once again, you've got about a 10-second transition rest in between there. Then we're gonna move on to the final movement, which is just 30 seconds of up downs. Now, an up down is very similar to a burpee, just not quite as intense. So we're pretty much just kind of going down, kicking back into a plank, then bringing our feet forward and then standing up. So typically your burpee is you go down, you go out, you do a push-up, you press out of that push-up, you bring your feet in, and you jump up and touch your hands above your head. Now an up-down, a little bit simpler than that, not quite as intense. So same position, you go down, you kick your legs back in that plank position. Now we just come in and now we just stand up. So you're not jumping and you're not putting that push-up in the middle. So down, plank, in, stand. Make sure you are standing fully upright at the top. Roll those shoulders back. We don't want to just kind of come up to here. Make sure you're standing fully upright. And when you go into that plank position, make sure you are in a nice plank position with your core engaged. We don't want to sag our hips down or pike up. So you bring your feet in, stand all the way up. You can do 30 seconds of those up downs, and then you're going to go ahead and rest for 1 minute. After the 1 minute, that completes one round of this workout. And like I said, we're going to complete a total of 4 rounds of this today. So guys, that is the workout of the day. I will now cue up the official follow along workout video of this so you can go ahead and get started.